Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am excited for today's video. This is a different one. This is something new we're testing here, but I recently posted a video about the, I think it's 36 eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I have not used yet in 2021. Now, some of them are like brand new palettes to my collection, and I'm looking right now and I'm realizing I think there's a few that I've missed. We'll get it updated for the next one. We're going with the 36 I currently have. But I thought it'd be fun if we do a new series on my channel where every single month I come to you guys with my little tiny decisions wheel that has all of my unused palettes up to be selected. And we select 4 palettes every single month that I have to just use. And then I come back to share with you whether or not I'm keeping the palette in my collection or if I should declutter it. Because if these palettes have been unused for the last 6 months, I mean, girl, why are you keeping them? Like, what is the deal? You have too many palettes in your collection. So I thought this would be fun, and maybe I will not declutter anything. Maybe I will re-fall in love with every single palette, but I thought this would be super fun. So if you guys are interested in this series idea, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, or you just like to chit chat about makeup, I would love if you would consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's just jump into the video. All right, you guys, I'll have my palette playlist linked down below if you like palette themed content like I do. I would also love your feedback for this series in the comments. Like if you want tweaks done, if you have like fun little add-on ideas. You guys have such good content ideas, so I want to hear, how are we going to make this series fun for all of us? I don't want it to just be like me having fun over here. Like, I want to know what you guys want to see. So I do feel like this will be a shorter video because obviously this is like the introduction. It's not like I have any like looks to share, but I thought every 4 weeks when I come back, I could share like looks that I've done with the palette. And again, whether or not I plan to declutter them or not. But I do have all 36 palettes in my Tiny Decisions app. I will say I did use the Persona Identity 2 today, and I also used, my Huda Nude Medium palette just recently got rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows. So if I roll the Huda Nude Medium, I'm gonna re-roll. Persona Identity 2, I won't re-roll. So I'm going to, should I do a screen record or should I just, I'll do a screen record. Okay, let's do that. Record it, start recording. Okay, we're gonna roll 4 palettes. So here we go. Unused palettes. Palette number 1 is going to be, ooh, the Pat, I think Divine Rose, the original. Hopefully I understand my own notes. You guys might not. I'm gonna take screenshots so I don't forget. But that's a good one because that was an expensive eyeshadow palette and I still haven't tested it. Go me! Palette number 2 is going to be the Natasha Denona Love, another new palette that I have not used and I've had since February. I forgot to screenshot of that. I'll remember it. Okay, palette number 4, Mario Rosy Glam. Okay, this one has been in my collection since last year. I've used Bronzy Glam this year, but I have not yet reached for Rosy Glam this year. That's a quad. That should be easy to use. I don't think I'll declutter that one. Probably won't declutter any of these, but at least I'll have fun looks to share. And then Nabla Drew Me Too. I don't think I'll declutter. Like, this is like a palette I love in my collection, but I just have not reached for it yet this year. So I'm gonna go grab those 4 palettes and I will be right back to share them with you guys. All right, you guys, I have the 4 eyeshadow palettes. So up first we have the, in no particular order, we have the Mario Rosy Glam palette, which looks like this. It is a really beautiful palette. I will say, these top 2 shades are shades that I would not necessarily wear to work. This could be a really pretty inner corner highlight. These bottom 2 shades I can get a ton of use out of. I just have not reached for this. If you guys are newer to my channel, I wanted palettes to be more of a theme on my channel this year, and I allowed myself to just go absolutely buck wild bringing new palettes into my collection. I was totally irresponsible, and now I'm like, I'm feeling super overwhelmed with palettes. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Like, I'll share any looks that I created. I'll share obviously the amount of times that I used each palette. Do you guys want to see swatches of each palette in like the next update? I would love to know. But here is palette number 1 that we were going to be including. Next up, we have the Natasha Denona Love palette. This is something I saw in so many people's 2020 favorites. It was on my wish list all last year, and finally I convinced my husband to get this for me. for Valentine's Day and I have not used it yet. I literally hate when I do that. Like, I'm so excited about something and I've owned this for 4 or 5 months at this point and I haven't used it. It looks so pretty. I will say I wasn't as into pinks last year, but I've been super into pinks too. So like, girlfriend, why are we not reaching for this? There are some really fun shades in here and I'm really excited to reach into this and create some looks. So there's that one. Then we have the Nabla Dreamy 2 palette. This has been a favorite palette of mine for over a year or so, I claim. I do this too where like my favorite things I won't use. It just does not actually make sense. But the Nabla Dreamy 2, I actually have 2 eyeshadow pans in this palette. That's why I'm like, I don't think I'll end up decluttering this. But like, why haven't I reached for it this year? This is something that is definitely like a darker palette. So again, not one that I'm really reaching for all that often for work. Although I do feel like Deja Vu could be a really good, just like in the crease, one and done matte shadows. Like, you're good to go. So yeah, I'm excited to reach for this again. I'm currently working on a shade that I feel like will pair really well. A shade from the Huda Mercury Retrograde palette that I feel like will pair really well with some of these shades, which are some of my favorites from this palette. So I'm excited to get some use on that this year. And then the 4th and final palette is the Pat McGrath Mothership Divine Rose palette, which is this beauty right here. I can't remember if it was early this year or late last year that Pat McGrath was having a really great sale and I picked up 2 more Mothership palettes, this being one of them, and I haven't reached for it yet. Like, it's just dumb. Like, you pay so much money for this and then you don't even reach for it. Doesn't make sense. So these shades look beautiful. I was really excited about this palette and I am excited to get some use on this. We've got some fun family plans the next couple of months, so I feel like I can get some great use out of these palettes and I'm very excited to come back and share my looks with you guys. I hope you're excited about this new series. I was like nerdily, like embarrassingly excited when this idea came to my head. If you guys are interested in seeing the video where I share all 36 palettes I have not used yet this year, or if you're interested in seeing my Q2 palette usage, so how many times I used each palette in my collection, I'll leave those videos for you down below, as well as, again, my palette playlist. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for sticking around to watch. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always sticking around and supporting me, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.